What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to go over the JAVAZON build. This is one of the best ladder starters because of how viable they are clearing hell cows with little to no gear. This is all I use my JAVAZONs for, but you can also boss with them and Magic Find normally, but I just tend to obliterate cow levels with them and Magic Find gear. So let's start off by saying there are so many different ways to play this class and which skills to take. We're going to go over what I like using, our stats, mercenary gear, and of course, showcase it with a quick cow run. So the big thing to know is how to do the cow run. You don't want to spam throw your Fury over and over again because you'll just waste quantity and have to take trips back and forth to Charcy to repair. What you want to do is learn how to herd the cows and destroy them in big groups. But first, let's look at our stats. Now, in order to equip our Storm Shield that we'll be running in the build, you need 156 strength. You also need 151 dex to equip the T-Stroke. Now, with our Storm Shield, you also want to shoot for 222 dex because that'll actually give us max block. And this is important if you're running a JAVAZON and let's say hardcore ladder. But let's do the quick math real quick, okay? So if you want an Enigma, which is preferred in my opinion because of the Magic Find per level, you'll want 103 strength points allocated. Once you equip your Enigma, you'll actually go up to 157 strength because it gives us 54 strength based on character level. But at 73, you'll gain more than enough to equip your Storm Shield. So here in this guide, I actually have an up T guides also. Now, you'll see here that you need 185 strength. Once we equip our Enigma and then equip our Storm Shield, we'll actually have enough to equip our up T guides. So all in all, if you want max block chance, if this is something that intrigues you, then again, you need 222 dex. If you don't want the Storm Shield and you're not shooting for max block, go for the 151 dex to equip the T-Strokes. And then after that, you just dump the rest in the Vitality. Now let's move over to our skills. So, this is part of the guide where everybody does different things because of how Amazon's skill trees are. In this guide, we're going to go over how I tend to build my JAVAZON. So because my JAVAZON is my cow farmer, I don't take any points in the jab, but I do put 20 points in the Power Strike, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Fury, with the rest of my points I have after our passive and magic section into another synergy. So, Lightning Bolt, Power Strike, Charge Strike, and Lightning Strike are all synergies for our Lightning Fury, which is our ability of choice when we farm cows. Our other points are obviously for to get towards our Lightning Fury. That would be 1 point in the jab, poison, plague jab, and these are just prereqs to get our Lightning Fury. Now, let's move on to the passive and magic skills. So, personally, I like to put 4 points in the Pierce, which will increase it to 9 with our gear, which we need to be at if we wear a Razor Tail to reach 100% Pierce chance. If we opt to use the T-Gods, I put 10 points in the Pierce, which will give us 71% chance to pierce enemies. 10 points in the Critical Strike, which gives us 56% chance to do double damage, but since we also have the plus skills from all our gear, this tends to be around 65. Now I also put 4 points in the Dodge, Avoid, and Evade, and I put 1 point in the Penetrate. Again, any excess points that you have during the build, whether you want to go for 99 cap, just put them into a synergy to increase our overall damage for Lightning Fury. Now let's talk about the Amazon gear. It's pretty basic and for the most part very cheap. There's always room to min-max and enhance your overall character though. So let's start off with the weapons. We have two choices for our weapons, Thunderstrokes or our Titans. Now Thunderstrokes are nice if you like this stack and increase attack speed and throwing jabs super fast. They're also the far better choice in my opinion as it actually reduces the overall lightning resistance by the cows by 15%. Now, cows have a 50% base lightning resistance in hell mode. T-Strokes can also roll up to +4 jab skills, and it also has the +3 lightning bolt for our synergy. Titans is nice for the damage, especially since it replenishes quantity, and you can get an ethereal version as well. Now, as many know, ethereal armor and weapons means increased defense or damage. So, the Titans also give +2 to jab and spear skills, and +2 to all Amazon skills. They give the run walk speed, life per hit, 20 strength dex. Start looking for these before T-Strokes as they're usually cheaper earlier on. T-strokes are also can be very expensive if you're looking for the +4, depending on how late into the league you are. Next, we have our Enigma. Now, the Enigma, as stated earlier, is something that helps us with our strength requirement if we want to equip our Storm Shield, but I also like it because it gives us our +2 to all skills, and it gives us our Magic Find per level. Now for gloves, this is where you want a nice pair of crafted or a nice pair of rares. Personally, I don't have +2 Jav increased attack speed gloves that were nice enough to showcase, but instead I have these crafteds that have dual leech, crushing blow, life, strength, lightning resist, and 20 IAS. War Tribes we also rock because of the 50% magic find. We also have the Shackle because of the 50% magic find. Now, if you want the damage instead of the Shackle, obviously go for the Griffins. The Griffins is going to give us 20% lightning damage and negative 20% to enemy lightning resistance. Socket this with a 5/5 light facet and it goes to 25/25, which means overall, if you take another facet and slam it into our Storm Shield, we'll have a negative 45% to enemy lightning resistance, giving the cows just a measly 5% lightning resistance. So for our belt of choice, as stated earlier in the build, we actually have an Up Thunder Gods equipped, but here's a Razor Tail. Now a Razor Tail, I'm pretty sure, gives us 33% pierce. So with the 9 points in the pierce plus the Razor Tail equip, that boosts us up to 100% pierce chance. But Thunder Gods, obviously, if you want the extra damage, you can get the Lightning Fury and the Lightning Strike. Now, people actually say that you'll do more damage with pierce. Now, in my opinion, this is just an on-paper thing. So, obviously, when you're piercing more, you're hitting more, which overall, you think that you're going to be doing more damage. With Thunder Gods, it's more or less just the number that you see in the tooltip. So, depending on what you feel, how you feel, this is all personal choice. I actually like running a Razor Tail. I think it's great to have 100% pierce chance. That way, when I'm herding cows, I can just complete them that much faster. I don't have to go back to Charge Seed to replenish, and it's just an overall better process when I'm just farming over and over and over again. But I can also see why people think that a Thunder Gods is the better option. Again, this is all personal choice. Now, for rings, we're going to go ahead and go for a Ravenfrost, which obviously the CBF cannot be frozen, the 40 to mana. And I have in this build a Bulkathos, a 5 BK ring, which is a max 5% life stolen per hit. Gives us +1 to all skills. If you're having mana issues, if you want more mana, just rock the Ravenfrost and the Stone of Jordan. Now, these rings, obviously, early on in the league can be expensive, especially the perfect BK5 and especially the Stone of Jordan. So, now, again, as stated earlier, if you want the max block chance, you go with Storm Shield. If you don't want max block chance, you can definitely go with a Spirit. I've seen people even wear a Phoenix Shield. I don't have a Phoenix to show you, but again, Spirit, Phoenix, Storm Shield, those are your 3 options for shields. Now, for the Amulet, you also have different options. Personally, I like using the High Lords. It gives us +1 to all skills, the 20% increased attack speed, and it gives us a Deadly Strike chance based on character level. Now, the way that JAVAZON works is we do physical and lightning damage. So, Deadly Strike and the Crushing Blow that's on the gloves, these can only be procced by physical damage skills. Since we deal both, we still have a chance to proc these. Now let's talk about mercenaries real quick. I have the proper setup, I think, but I'm missing a few things maybe. But ideally, you want an Infinity Thresher. That way we can use it early on in our JAVAZON. We'll also want an Andy's Visage, which I have an ethereal version here, which gives us more defense. But this paired with the Treachery, which is a very cheap rune word that you can come across. As you can see, it's a Shale, Thull, and a Lem. So these are cheap runes. You'll find them in normal, nightmare easily. But this paired with Andy's Visage, I actually have a 40-15 jewel slammed into my Andy's. This makes it to where we hit this threshold of attack speed where our mercenaries are actually doing, I believe it's 4.5 attacks per second. Give or take 4 attacks per second. Now, don't forget, you also go for an Act 2 Nightmare Merc for Holy Freeze. It's a defensive mercenary. And that's it. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. I really appreciate all the support lately with all these videos. The next builds that we're going to be doing are Whirlwind Barb and a little tier list to talk about the builds and where I think they are. That way people have something to go and reference when Resurrected is finally released, or if they even want to come back now. Again, we're just going to be doing the Whirlwind Barb, and we're going to do a few other Barb builds. After that, we're going to work on our Druid and Assassins, and lastly, we're going to go to Necro because I don't know all too much about Necro. I'm still learning. I'm still asking questions within the community and so forth. So, yeah, again, thank you for all the recent support. I hope you all enjoy the videos. You can follow me over on Twitter at TheFluffyAmigo and over at Twitch at FluffyAmigoTV. Until next time.